Hi there, guys. My name is Aaron Sherman.
And I'm Jalen Smith, and we're going to share an article with you that was published this past Friday. So, as I stated, on Friday, the People's Bank of China introduced a new lending prime rate, which has been set at 5.71% a year. This new prime rate, which is focused more on a market-driven system, is slightly lower than the annual 6% that was set by the Chinese central bank previously. The loan prime rate will be announced each business day by the Shanghai-based interbank market. An issue this poses is that some banks are now unsure of what to set their rates at since the central bank has set them in years past. A new rate reform is part of a broad agenda to steer China's economy to a more balanced model of growth.
So this is a monumental policy in China because it's the latest effort to really open up the Chinese economy to be more market-based and be more open. And this loan prime rate is the interest rate that corporations who have high credit ratings are lent to at. So the idea is that this new policy will encourage large corporations to come to China and raise capital in China and invest that in China, which in turn will grow the Chinese private sector. Obviously, this in turn would aim to grow the real GDP of China and keep growth going. One concern, though, is that these Chinese banks in the past haven't had to set their own rates because it was all done by the People's Bank of China. So there's some asymmetric risk there because these banks in the past don't know how to determine a good credit rate for a corporation, which may lend to some poor lending at first at inefficient rates. In the more long term, one concern though is that as the Chinese economy becomes more open, the Chinese government will have less control over Chinese growth because in past years they've really intended to keep Chinese economy growing at a certain rate, and if it's more market-based they have less control. So our question to you guys is, what effect does a more open Chinese economy have on the US economy?